now our beloved sports reporter.
Yeah, and we saw those posts. I mean, Casey, can we talk about how hard this is for fans to really process?
Yeah, it's incredibly hard for fans to process ripping generations of fans away from your team. Sending it off to Las Vegas would be a terrible thing to do. And A's president Dave Kaval knows better. He grew up a Browns fan. The Browns were pulled out of Cleveland. He experienced it firsthand. So for him to now do it to a whole generation of Bay Area fans, it's hard to forgive.
All right, now, we want to be realistic here, obviously, but Casey, is there even a sliver of hope that things might work out?
Yeah, so this is really interesting. All of this is pending legislation in Las Vegas, which has not been passed. So while it is very, very obvious that this thing is almost done and out the door, the legislation could fail. Also, I got this scoop. The A's, if they were to fail and sell, the city of Oakland said they would be willing to work with the new owners that could possibly swing in the 11th hour and save the team. You may remember this happened with the San Francisco Giants. They were on the way out the door to St. Petersburg, Florida. The Sacramento Kings. I remember watching Kings broadcasters crying on the air the last time the Kings played a game. They were gone, and guess what happened? They played in Sacramento.
So no false hope.
This
but it
can happen.
Right.
This can happen, but it doesn't look great.
Okay, but why did this suddenly fall apart? I mean, last night this all just seemed to just go to pieces.
Yeah, so I got a little bit of like the TikTok on this, and it is interesting because the A's and the city of Oakland had a summit planned. They were meeting all week. The city of Oakland flew out their attorneys for this thing. They were trying to hammer out a deal. If they couldn't come to a deal by Friday, then maybe as a tandem unit, a joint statement, the A's and Oakland could say this does not work, but they were willing to dive in and really get after it this week. Last night after 9 p.m., with the A's on the road for a week and the entire Bay Area focused on Warriors-Kings, they leaked this news. And they claimed it was leaked when they called the mayor of Oakland. Now, does a leaked article have quotes from the team president and the Major League Baseball commissioner in it? We're all in the media. We know that's not true. And so when that happened, in the midst of negotiations, blindsiding the mayor like that, she said, you know what? You're not going to use me for leverage. We're out. And that could have been a big misplay by the A's.
Well, you hinted at it a little bit here, and everybody wants to know who's to blame. Is there finger pointing that's legitimate in this case?
I'm going to tell you who's not to blame first, right? The fans.
Of course.
Fans are not to blame in this. The fans were mistreated. The A's traded off their players. They did not spend on the team. They threatened to leave. The fans are not to blame. The A's ownership, it starts at the top and it ends there. The A's ownership is to blame 100% for this. Now, the city of Oakland was asked to raise $352 million. The city of Oakland raised $375 million, but prices escalated. And when you have a billionaire owner that's not willing to bridge the gap, I've heard, I had a source tell me the gap was $88 million to secure the generational future of the A's in Oakland.
And
that's pennies on the dollar for a billionaire.
Right, sure.
And that is far less than most MLB free agents are getting.
Wow.
Yeah. Tough news.
Very tough news.
All right, well, Casey, thanks for breaking it all down for us. You've been all over this.
He really has. And as Casey mentioned, he's been sharing this story and the emotions of all of it on Twitter. It's where he's kept you updated on the A's deal for years now. He's an expert on the transaction. Follow him to stay in the loop. He's at Casey Pratt, ABC7.